before you do anything to fix this, make sure you unplug it. Hey y'all, if you have the GE Profile Opal 1.0 version and it is not creating any more ice and it is constantly putting the defrosting button on, light on, or it just sounds like it's working, but maybe 1 or 2 pieces of ice come out and that's not normal, and you've already cleaned it, you've gotten any calcification off of it, you've checked for blockages and it still isn't working, this is what you're gonna do. The reason I'm posting this is because every time I tried to find something to fix this, they only had the newer versions of the ice makers, and I could not find this actual one, and I like this one better than the newer ones. It's just my preference, that's all. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna empty out the water like you normally do when you're cleaning. You know, you take the tube down and you take this top off and drain it into the sink. Then the next step is you are going to take off the screws that are right here on this top piece. You're going to take off those screws and you will, this took me a second, you will pull it with kind of with both hands so you get an even pull and it doesn't go wonky, and it just slides. It'll slide right off. Then you have to unscrew a ton of other screws. I've already done it. I didn't film that part because it took a while, but I also would rather do this than buy a new machine. But I mean, you'll see there's probably like 20 screws. Also, don't forget the bottom, and the way I got those was by hanging the ice machine off of the edge of the counter by about this much, and I got underneath it and I unscrewed whatever screws were there. Then I took this piece off, this big metal piece off. Be careful not to cut yourself because it is pretty sharp. And I took that off, and then y'all are gonna die. This is what fixed it. I'm not kidding. Let me pause it and get what I need to get. Hold on. Okay, so I'm back. So y'all are gonna think I am not telling you the truth because this does not make sense, but it worked, and as long as it works, that's all I care about. This is it pumps up. My daughter has a tumbling mat, and this came with the tumbling mat to inflate it and to deflate it. If you have a really strong one, it needs to be really strong, that can push out air really hard where you feel it, or even a hair dryer maybe that runs cold air that's really hard, then you should be able to do this. And I turned it on and I blew this whole section out. I started here and I even came in here, and I went around to the other side as well. I did up here. I didn't get too close to the places because I didn't know what I didn't want to damage it. But when I started to do that, a bunch of dust came out, and this is maybe 18 months I've been using it, this one. And I even went in here. It seemed to be this part that had the most on it, but like huge pieces came out of dust that I did not know were there. I plugged it back in and started doing it, and it has worked ever since. And I've got the normal amount of ice I normally do. I've already taken a cup of it out because I just can't live without this ice. Anyway, try that before you try replacing motors and spending money on stuff that maybe you don't need. I'm really hoping to help another mom out who's trying to save money, because these things are not cheap. But if you have one, you know it's everybody's favorite. So I'm just going to run it really quick so that you can kind of see how I did it. Okay, so I'm just going to turn this on, and it's loud. Oh goodness. It's very powerful. Like it'll blow everything out of you. I did this. Okay, so that's all done. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the silver part back on first, screw that on, make sure you leave these out because they do not get tucked up in there, and don't put all the screws on and then realize you have this because that would stink. So put the silver part back on, screw the gazillion screws that somebody decided to make this with. Then you're going to put the plastic top on last and the two screws, put the two screws on. And let me know because I'm telling you this fixed it. I am not kidding. All right, good luck guys.